The date was June 1st, 2025, a Sunday morning. But it was no ordinary Sunday. News began to filter out, whispers at first, then shouts. Ukraine had struck, deep inside Russia, an attack like no other. It was called Operation Spiderweb, a name that chilled the air. It spoke of careful planning, of a deadly silken trap. This was not just another skirmish. This was a new kind of warfare. Ukraine showed its teeth. Its courage was undeniable. The world held its breath. Russian airfields burned, flames lit the pre-dawn sky. Strategic assets, once safe, now lay exposed, vulnerable. The Kremlin was shocked. How could this happen? So far from the front lines, the audacity was breathtaking, a truly daring move. This strike was more than damage, more than twisted metal. It was a powerful message, a psychological shockwave. Ukraine had new capabilities. It could reach out and touch its enemies anywhere. The rules of the game had just been rewritten. The plan was born in secret. 18 months it took to weave this complex web, every detail considered, every risk calculated. Precision was paramount. Failure was not an option. The stakes were incredibly high. A nation's hope rested on it. President Volodymyr Zelensky watched. He knew the details. He had approved the plan. Ukraine's security service, the SBU, led by General Vasyl Malyuk, they were the architects. Only a very small circle knew. The secret was guarded fiercely. Trust was everything. The method was ingenious, smuggling the tools of war. 117 small drones and explosives hidden inside wooden cabins. These cabins sat on trucks, driven deep into Russia, like a modern Trojan horse, right under their noses. Brave agents worked on the ground. They faced immense danger. Their nerves were made of steel. They positioned the trucks near the designated airfields, close to Russia's prized bombers. Then they waited for the coded signal, the moment to strike. The signal finally came, a silent digital command. Across unseen distances, the roofs of the wooden cabins opened by remote control, revealing their deadly cargo. The swarm was unleashed. 117 FPV drones rose into the Russian sky. FPV means first-person view. The operators saw what the drones saw. They were the eyes of the storm, piloted with deadly accuracy, perhaps from Ukrainian soil, or by operatives closer still, each drone a guided missile, seeking its designated prey. The technology was cutting edge. 5 Russian military airfields were targeted simultaneously in Murmansk, far to the north, Irkutsk, deep in Siberia, Ivanovo, Ryazan and Amur, across 3 different time zones. A perfectly coordinated assault, designed to cause maximum chaos and maximum damage. Russian air defenses were caught completely by surprise. They had little time to react. The drones were launched too close from inside Russian territory. A fatal security flaw exposed. The spider web tightened its grip. The bombers had nowhere to hide. The sting was swift and brutal. Section 4, Counting the Cost, a $7 billion message. The sun rose on scenes of devastation. Smoke billowed from airfields. Wreckage littered the tarmac. Ukrainian sources made their claim. 41 Russian aircraft hit, a truly staggering number. Strategic bombers, surveillance planes, key assets in Russia's war machine, now burning hulks. The targets were significant. 2 95 Bear bombers. These could carry nuclear weapons. 2 22 M3 backfire bombers, supersonic long-range threats. 2 160 Blackjack bombers, the pride of Russian air power, and A-50 mainstay radar planes. Russia's eyes in the sky, blinded. The financial cost was immense. $7 billion. This was the SBU's estimate, a crippling blow to the Kremlin. Other Ukrainian experts suggested a more conservative $2 billion. Even that lower figure represented a devastating loss, money Russia could ill afford. The SBU claimed another figure, 34% of Russia's entire strategic bomber fleet damaged or destroyed in a single audacious operation. Their ability to launch attacks from deep within their own borders was now severely diminished. A clear, expensive message sent. Section 5. Echoes from Kiev and Moscow, claims and counterclaims. In Kiev there was jubilation. President Zelensky hailed the operation. He called it an absolutely brilliant result. Our most long-range operation. He praised the SBU and its chief, General Malyuk. He said these actions would be written in history books, a moment of national pride. SBU head Vasyl Malyuk spoke. He described the complex logistics, the smuggling of the drones, the deployment from hidden trucks. He spoke of Ukrainian ingenuity and the bravery of their agents. He confirmed the operatives involved were safely withdrawn from Russia. Before the strike commenced, Moscow reacted with predictable fury. The Kremlin labeled the strike a terrorist act by Ukraine. Russia's Ministry of Defense confirmed attacks on its airfields in Murmansk, Irkutsk, Ivanovo, Ryazan, and Amur regions. They admitted several military aircraft had caught fire. The truth hurt, but Russia sought to control the story. They claimed their forces had successfully repelled the attack. They reported no casualties, though arrests were made. Suspects and alleged participants were rounded up. But the satellite images would soon tell a different tale. Section 6. Shifting tides, strategic tremors across the front lines. This operation proved something vital. Ukraine now possessed a deep strike capability. It could reach far into Russia. The Kremlin's heartland was vulnerable. No airfield, no base was safe. This was a profound strategic shift. The psychological impact was huge. Russia's ability to wage war was now significantly hampered, a direct result of the strike. The timing was also significant. Peace talks were reportedly planned, a second round of direct discussions to be held in Istanbul. Ukraine's bold move came just before these crucial negotiations. A show of strength, perhaps. International reactions were mixed. The Pentagon was reportedly unaware of Operation Spiderweb until it was over. Some US officials expressed doubts. They believed the number of bombers hit was likely lower, perhaps 11 to 15, not the 41 Ukraine claimed, yet even the lower estimates signified a major Ukrainian success. Section 7, a strike for the history books redefining asymmetric warfare. This audacious strike did not occur in a strategic vacuum. It followed a night of intense attacks. Russia had launched 472 drones at targets across Ukraine. The Spiderweb could be seen as a powerful proportional response. A dangerous cycle of escalation continued to turn around the same time as the strike. Other troubling incidents occurred. 2 vital railway bridges collapsed in Russian regions bordering Ukraine, Bryansk and Kursk. Trains were derailed, people died. Russian officials alleged sabotage, deliberate acts to cripple logistics. Tensions were at a fever pitch. Operation Spiderweb is a lesson in modern asymmetric warfare. It shows how ingenuity and daring can overcome superior numbers. Small, relatively cheap drones caused billions in damage and struck a heavy blow against a much larger adversary. Ukraine's innovation was on display. The legacy of Spiderweb will endure. It may well be seen as a turning point in this long and bitter conflict. It is a testament to Ukraine's resilience, its determination to fight with every tool at its disposal, a stark warning to its enemies. The story of this daring raid will undoubtedly be told for years.